sure you guys can hear the wind. It's been like this kind of pretty much every day, which is interesting. It's kind of like being in Amarillo. We generally have wind like this every day. So, anyway, I slept amazing. I caught up some sleep. I guess that intense trail really took it out of me because I went to sleep last night and I didn't move, but it felt great. So today we're gonna see some natural breezes, and I'm super excited. And then from there, we're gonna go back up the road and we're gonna cut up north. And we're gonna go some crazy off track, about 70 miles north on backcountry roads or backcountry style trails like we were kind of doing yesterday. And we're gonna go through the Bears Ears and try to get up into Needles National Forest. I think it's the Needles District. But anyway, right now it is time for coffee. So stay tuned. This is the Seepapoo Natural Bridge. It's incredible. I'll let you guys check it out. When you see the size of it, you can't imagine how far down it goes. And I'm not a history buff, but I think water's what creates the bridges. But we'll check it out. Here it is, the Seepapoo. It says it's 220 feet tall. There it is down there, guys. Now, you can imagine the type of water that was running through this. I'm sure it was kind of like a giant bathtub for an old river during the original melt-off of what I believe. It's the only thing that could create this much water and create this much of a, I don't know, crevasse through this much, I guess, sandstone and lime. I'm not real sure how it would. That's all I can imagine is water. And this would create some kind of like bathtub, and it looks like, you know, from this angle here, you had water that ran down in this way, and then water that ran down from this area here and went out that way. Anyway, this is just amazing. There's supposedly some cliff dwellings down in this area, and the Navajos used to climb down in there. And even before that, I can't remember what they were saying. You know, they were saying something like it started developing around 570 million years ago. So 240 to 65 million years ago was the Triassic and Jurassic area. That's where all the limestone actually formed. So you can only imagine how long it's been here. Well, the Navajo used to get down in these areas and get out of the wind and hide from everybody else. You can see why. Guys, as I was walking along this cliffside, I'm trying to get down where I can see, supposedly there's some old ruins. And now they had to be here after probably the water was running, because obviously you drowned if you're not. But check this out. Now, I don't know how old that stuff is, but look at that, guys. I'm assuming those two on the right cylindrical buildings are either like old style yurts, and then to the left of that may have been like some kind of corral for horses or animals or something. I'm not sure. But at the very least, you're talking, you know, Indian times, so several hundred years. Wow. I'm just blown away. Walking through here and to see something like this is just amazing. And just what's all, look at this. Those are dwellings. It looks like there's probably one main room, two middle rooms, and a large room on the far side. And it ties in with those two yurts where the rest of it is, and there seems to be more dwellings that have just fallen apart on the left side, and then there's one right by the opening right there. Guys, I can't imagine. First of all, how did they even get in there? This canyon is miles and miles long. So they either had to come in from each end, or there has to be some type of, we'll call it a staircase or something, or some kind of natural wear point where they were able to kind of descend down in the canyon from up here up top. I don't know. I mean, you guys can see, you know, what it looks like, and it's definitely sheer faces and dramatic cliffs. I don't know how, and I'm sure they didn't have any type of rope where they would do a rappel or a descend or something like that down in the canyon. I don't know. I have to believe that there had to be some kind of alleyway or something to get through. And here, maybe I can shed some light on it. So that's an up close picture of the dwelling. And then this is Horse Collar Ruin North. And what it's saying is that these dwellings, where ancestral pueblo is a general term for the people who lived in the Four Corners area from AD 1 to AD 1300. A mixture of hunting, gathering wild foods, and farming were essential to survival throughout this period of occupation. While there are a variety of explanations as to how the Pueblo people used Horse Collar Ruins, it is generally accepted that this is a habitation site represents an agricultural way of life. The nearby mesa tops likely served as farmland. I don't know how you could farm this. I don't know. It's so barren. Maybe there was more topsoil, you know, in 1300 AD, but it's so barren and there's so much rock. I mean, you can see the way the rock is, and essentially I walked a mile in and it's been rock. Archaeologists are uncertain whether this site was occupied year-round. The Pueblo people may have stayed in small structures on a mesa top while tending their fields and lived in sites such as Horse Collar Ruins the rest of the year. Perhaps they occupied the sites only during growing season to move to lower elevations during winter. That would make total sense. I guarantee you it's far warmer down there and less wind, far less wind, far less cold. The snow, it's probably against that rock. Once it got warm with fire, I'm sure they were able to maintain the temperature far better than you would up here when you just had winds cutting through everything. Wow. I'm just amazed. They say it's something like a Cayenta tradition during the early period of occupation, with a Mesa Verde influence during this period to make these type of kivas. Kivas are actually what the building was called that they were in. It's either round or square. But it's usual because it says that generally it's one or the other, which is square or round. And it says to have both of them. One is like a domestic and a ceremonial room, represents two different architectural sites and styles. The round kiva associated with Pueblo people of the Mesa Verde area is the southwest Colorado and southeastern Utah, while the square is indicative of Pueblo people in the Cayenta area of northern Arizona. So it almost seems like what they're saying is that there was a mixture of tribes that were to come through here and use these, or maybe the tribes combined at some point in that time, because of how desolate and sparse the areas are, and they just had two different general ways of living. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, guys. I think this video series, vlog series, geography series is gonna pay dividends, because it's I'm learning so much. Anyway, stay tuned, guys. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you that I actually do air down. Right now I got all four on a speed plate, and let's see what we're doing. We are at 21. We need to keep 22. We need to keep going. But anyway, that's just like I air up too. I do it the same way. I just hook into that, and it does all four tires at one time. Back here I use the CB Development quick deflator, and so you can see what it does. It's got an air bladder in it, and the neat thing about it is I can do this at the same time I'm doing well, I misplaced my cap. I'll have to find that in a second. But the reason being is, I'll see if I can focus on it, but it's got different settings all the way up to, let's see, they start at 10. Let's see, there you go, focus. 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, and 20. And so you can kind of preset what you want. And I use it only for the trailer, so I just hook it up for the trailer, and that's all I do. That way I can do those while I'm doing the truck. And so there you go. See what we're at. We're at 18. Let me go down a little bit more. Probably go down to 15. Just because I like it to be super plush. And again, we have air tanks. We can air up if we want, but I've got 70 miles on this trail as it stands. So I think what I'm going to do is take it down to my normal pressures, and just make sure it's easier. It's easier on the rig. It's easier on the trailer. It's easier on you. And again, that's, we beat on them enough. I guess we'll just make it as nice as we can when we can, right, guys? So we're headed this way up this big mountain, and then what we're doing is we're going from the National Monument Park. We're cutting through. We're going straight north, and we're going to try to get all the way up to Needles District. So I guess just sit back and relax. I just wanted to show you guys this. It's amazing. This is just that hill I came up. Way off in the distance out there. So that's the Valley of the Gods. So you can see how far we are, but how high we are at the same time, where you can see this stuff. That's how big it raises above everything. And I'm not sure what mountain this peak is, but it's covered in snow. So wow. That last snowstorm up here left all this stuff, and it's been cold ever since, and so it's still pretty much ice up here, where it's been freezing pretty much all day and all night because it's not getting too warm. And up here right now it's still only let's see, 26, so stuff isn't thawing out very fast. So because I don't know what's around these corners. Hopefully it's nothing big, but at the same time, I am up here by myself, and there is 0 cell service, so just, you know, just use caution. You wouldn't want to slide off and have an incident where you couldn't get back out of, but I can't believe somebody did that to a tree. So yeah, I'm just kind of meandering my way through this. Some of it's off camera, so it wants to cause the Gladiator and the trailer to slide to the ditch, which is fine, but I just hope some of these steep downhills aren't too bad, because I may have to backtrack and find another route just because of danger. But and this is what we wanted. We are remote, guys. And here in front of me, I believe this is Bear's Ears. Oh wow! You can't see them yet, but you will be able to. 14-day camping on that. Trail Sherman picture on that. Yeah, this looks like the Bear's Ears. Well, it'll be amazing, guys. Hopefully we can get a good look here in just a minute. Nobody's been up here for quite a while. All the tracks are old, and so we're just gonna work our way through everything easy. Yeah, those are Bear's Ears. Them. It's amazing. So I don't know if you can see him, and maybe I'll use my finger or something, but right here is one side, and then here's the other side. But maybe, you know, as we get closer, I know that's a crude way to show you guys, but I was just trying to illustrate it. Maybe as we get closer, we'll get a clearer shot. But right now, I'm really just trying to concentrate on what the hell I'm doing with the steering wheel. Quick check in. This has been that white knuckle driving where I even had to take my sunglasses off and turn the radio off. I mean, it's been super sketchy. I'm super high up here, but there's kind of no way to turn around. So I'm just kind of slowly meandering my way through it. I've got the rear locked. I'm in 4 high, in low manual, and just going slow. And basically, I'm just trying to see how high it's going to take me before it starts descending, and then when I get to the descent part, I may start checking out the actual descent by foot to see what it's going to look like, because some of this has been pretty treacherous, and going up's one thing, coming down's another. So that's what we do for the adventure, right? So I don't know where we are, but we're high. So anyway, I'm just gonna keep on putting, and I would suggest on these GPS tracks, you know, on this trail right here, I'm gonna call it the Bear's Ears, BT Bear's Ears, and I would suggest, you know, check the forecast. If it's been raining or snowing, I wouldn't do it. I'm doing it because I'm stuck now. And haven't come to a place where I can turn around just yet, so we'll see how it goes. Check it out, guys. Bear's Ears elevation. Oh gosh, so we go up a little bit, you know, another 100 foot this way, but Bear's Ears right there. Amazing. God, this is just incredible. Funny thing though, the trail. This is the trail. Now, it looks like something's come through here. Maybe a Ranger with a plow or something on it. Maybe a 4-wheeler with a plow. Could be a uniloader, but that's a little bitty. Now, judging by the tire tracks, it looks like a uniloader. So it could be some rough sledding. I guess I'm going to walk to this edge over here and see what it looks like. This is what I'm talking about. Don't be afraid to get out and walk it, because right there is a big enough spot where some of that stuff was so treacherous down there, but they weren't really incredibly steep inclines with snow on them. Now they were steep, but nothing incredibly dramatic. What I don't want to do is come around here and have a long sweeper, going down the side of the mountain. So I'd rather just take a look now, walk over here, and if it's not horrible, then continue. Obviously, the trail slayer is not fitting in this, so we're going to be busting a little snow for some people. But you can definitely tell the sights are changing. I've been in, southeastern, south central Utah this entire time, and there wasn't really snow except for off in the distance, and this is now off in the distance. So I think I'm gonna kind of push forward. So let's go get the rig. Here's a beautiful look at them, guys. If this is your current situation, you're definitely contemplating two things. Am I in trouble? Or am I super lucky not to be sitting at home? Let's find out. A quick shot of this thing. I'm literally on both walls. So whatever came through here and plowed this thing was tiny. Or did it for normal size humans. Because the trail slayer is just like, yeah, do I want to crawl the right side or do I want to crawl the left side or what? Yeah, anyway, I thought you guys should see that.